Doctor, quick question. Do you run talents with the build or without any mutations? Oh. You're really going to feel it this raid then. Because the rats just keeps going up. That's the reason I'm on bloody unarmed build myself, but I just can't do it without power armor.
Vault door cycling complete. Opening emergency bulkhead 1.
Ah, fair enough. Well, you'll see. Yeah, I guess. At least they're actually working on fixing it for the next patch, though.
Activating internal sensors.
Of course.
Uncontrolled nuclear reaction detected in the Gek Wing. Access to the Gek Wing requires authorization from the Vault 94 Community Council. Granting emergency access to the atrium. You may now access the atrium. Assessing damage to vault systems. The current maintenance backlog is estimated at 12 years. Warning. Warning. Vault 94 is currently operating at security level. All wings of the vault are sealed.
So as usual, I guess we'll do engineering for the first one.
May be authorized by the Vault 94 Council. Error. Access to the Gek Wing may be authorized at security level 1. Reduce the security level before proceeding. New motion. Reduce security level.
You can start looking for the cards.
Vault residents.
Already
Proceed
out.
to the
I have
Community
3
Council
already.
chamber with your ID cards to cast your votes.
You got it now.
security level is 5. This security level allows you to terminate the lockdown on one wing of the vault. New motions are now available on the Community Council terminal.
I unlocked engineering.
The motion End Lockdown Engineering Wing has passed. You may now access the Engineering Wing.
I still have some repaired mainframe cores, so I should be
Warning.
pretty
Critical
fast
failure
on
in the
unlocking
reactor
the
control
rooms.
system. All reactor subsystems are offline. Repairs required. Replace the damaged
Should be the same.
mainframe cores to restore
Yeah, they
control
are.
capacity. Access to reactor subsystems
You just run around.
restored as control capacity permits.
They're attacking me, and I got a disease. The worst one as well. I have some.
Repairs acknowledged. Restoring connection to reactor subsystems. Voltage regulation system. Online. Mainframe room. Online. Bulk power interlink. Online. West generator room. Online. East generator room. Online.
You should be free to just search all the rooms now.
Vault residents, please proceed to your designated shelter area. Automated pressurization system. Online. Condenser system. Online. Repairs complete. All reactor subsystems are now online. Failure in the ventilation control system. Radiation filters are now offline.
Shall I pick up the last card so we have 10?
Yeah. We have enough. I guess we'll do residential next, as usual. Leave greenhouse for the rest.
Vote confirmed. The new
Or should we
security
do
level is
greenhouse,
4.
since we have 2 extras?
You may now terminate
I
the
think
lockdown
just
on
do
additional
2
wings.
extra isn't enough to skip residential, so just do residential.
Sure.
I think if we were going to skip, then we did more than just 2. How many here has lockpick 3 active?
has passed. You may
I
now
can
access
pick lock
the
it.
residential wing.
The people without lockpick can then just follow around the robots, which can be activated. The rest can lockpick.
Warning. Warning. Due to current radiation levels, vault residents have been confined to quarters. All doors in the residential wing have locked for their protection. For a moment, ensure that all residents have taken the required safety precautions. Mr. Handyman, active. Now proceeding with scheduled maintenance, inspection, and repairs. We found your isotope detected in the ventilation.
These things are tanky as fuck.
Yeah.
Ms. Maid, active. Beginning scheduled cleaning rounds.
Keep the robots safe. Unless you have lockpick, then you can just lockpick them instead. But I think the best option is a combination of both, because robots are faster than just casual lockpick.
I wonder what happened here.
He sometimes gets bugged.
That's why I prefer to actually do lockpicking.
Place has certainly seen better days.
Radiation has reached critical levels.
We have enough.
Okay, let's go.
I wonder if it's worth it to stick around a bit more on standard and get some extra cards.
Yeah,
You don't have to in greenhouse.
you definitely have to prioritize where you want to spend your time, because there are definitely some that are
Mr.
taking
Handyman,
more time than others.
destroy.
Used all of mine.
Ms. Maid,
Because I
destroy.
think getting all the cards in the reactor with engineering is definitely...
Confirmed. The new security level is 3. You may now terminate the lockdown on an additional wing.
And as I've not necessarily experienced myself, but it seems like
Agriculture
pump
Wing
control
has passed.
is also
You may
quite
now
as
access
simple
the Agriculture
when you
Wing.
understand it.
Power fluctuations
I can't
detected in
really
primary
understand
reactor.
pump control.
Stabilizing.
Okay, yes,
Warning.
we actually have to take some
Warning.
time and check
All
what we're actually
greenhouses
doing
have
when we get
sealed
to
to
pump
prevent
control though.
contamination of active
Because I think
research
that should
projects.
be a really good one and a
Access
time
is
saver.
restricted to authorized
no.
research personnel only. Consult the greenhouse management terminals for additional details.
Pump control is where we ran out of time last time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But we had wasted a lot of time elsewhere at that point though. And I guess at that point most of us didn't actually know what to do. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, pump control is actually just for somewhat simple tasks.
At the end of the timer, I realized I could pick lock some doors.
Yeah, I
And then
think
behind that door I could pick lock was the last card we needed, and it was too late.
Yeah. But we also needed the time to actually get back to the terminal.
Yeah.
I think because, again, it's literally just 4 tasks for 10 cards. As opposed to other places where there's multiple tasks for 10.
Sucks not having marsupial. I get so used to it, and then I use a
Yeah.
Radix.
Like, I'd rather prefer actually using power armor than losing it.
What do red shields do exactly? Are they the same as Radix?
Really?
Yeah, I'll rest.
Yeah, the fucking stingers shit.
Yeah, they're annoying. They get too close to me and I can't shoot them because I have an explosive weapon.
Okay, thank you.
Is red shield expensive to craft?
Which one? Oh, it definitely should work with chemist.
Yeah.
Uncontrolled power surge detected. Rerouting power from affected systems.
Do the banks actually do anything?
You
Yeah.
get
Actually,
holotapes from them and you unlock specific canisters.
I think if everyone just gather back around to the greenhouses, just everyone together going through the different processes in the greenhouse should be beneficial for everyone.
Ionized
so that
particles
everyone
released.
knows what we're doing. No, it shouldn't be friendly fire. Okay, everyone's here. As far as I understand the greenhouse section to work, you have, I believe it's 5 different terminals here in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Each one has 2 criteria it needs to be unlocked. The criteria can be 2 of a bunch of different tasks, ranging from gathering canisters that randomly spawn around the greenhouse and the areas connected to the greenhouse. You'll find information on the terminals that says what kind of canister it requires. Certain terminals have holotapes in them, which then requires you to seed back and get to one of the terminals there. You then unlock the seed bank with the required canister and use the tag to find it and loot it from the seed bank, for then to bring it back to the terminal. There's also another option, another alternative that may come up, which is basing itself on the pump controls. I know all 3 of you actually were over by the pump controls while I stayed over here. What you didn't catch was that me and Duke have a private call between us, as I'm using push to talk. I fed him the codes to the pump controls, which are one of the requirements to unlocking some of the greenhouses. So if you check some of the terminals, they'll have codes to the pump controls. And my understanding is somewhat most efficient way of doing this is, I guess, 2 people going to the greenhouse while 2 people going to the pumps, and then just the people in the greenhouse. And since there's a lot of use of terminals and key cards or key pads, I see it as being 2 people as an advantage, because then you have people body blocking the enemies while the other one actually do the work. As they can't defend themselves while being in a terminal or a keypad. At least go to the pump control and then get fed the codes for the different pumps. And at that point, when the codes are done, my vision of how to do this would be, then you move over to 2 at the pumps, will then focus on going around looting random canister that spawns randomly. You most likely have seen some of them. While the 2 at the actual greenhouse then focus on taking the requisition tapes to the seed bank, making sure that everyone does a job, and certain tasks that require teamwork over distance will be able to be done. Is how I see the most
Research
efficient
override
way
acknowledged.
of
You may now access
completing this
Greenhouse
area.
3.
I don't know if someone has opposing views on that, or...
I think that's a pretty good plan. How do the pumps that require codes or whatever look like?
Usually a quick way to check if a certain terminal requires a pump code is usually seeing that one of the canister is already fitted in. That's usually a sign that, okay, here there's something else than canister that requires for the second option. If you just take and check the actual terminal, it should tell you as one of the 2 options, or one of the 2 requirements. Like if you go into the terminal right now, I believe this one should be one of them.
Yeah, it
As you see, there's
has a pump
pump
beta.
beta, and then the code, which I then fed through. And I believe this one also had a requisition tape. Yeah.
Yeah, I need food.
Yeah, I think it's too.
Yeah, I'm full. So, did
Yeah,
we
full.
enter the
Radiation increase
beta
detected.
pump code?
I believe we should have, yeah. Yeah, we did. I think all the codes have been entered. The only requirements left now is random canister and precision canisters. Yeah, just go around looting. I can take the potential requisition pulp tapes and I should go fetch them. And I guess anyone curious about how the requisition tapes work could just join me and we could... I could show you just how it works.
I'll probably just be over here looking for canisters.
Research override acknowledged. You may now access Greenhouse 1.
Okay, we should have enough cars. We can just move on for the next one. I think there's no more needing to be discovered here.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing that we go to the actual pump controls and get an understanding of how it works.
Primary radiation sensors have failed. Switching to auxiliary sensors.
I don't know if any of you two saw, but I did some hacking in the greenhouse area. That is a quick way to, if you unlock one with the terminal, you can quickly unlock up to 3 rooms if I believe correctly.
I believe I don't have any of the hacking perks.
But I guess that role only falls to the 2 people who actually focuses on the greenhouse. But yeah, it stresses that if you have certain skills like lockpick or hacking, there are certain tasks which can be bypassed. As you saw in the common, in the living area, you were able to just lockpick past stuff.
We're getting 12 rats a second at this point.
Yeah, and we'll just keep going up.
Both confirmed. The new security level is 2. You may now terminate the lockdown on an additional wing. The motion and lockdown pump control has passed. You may now access the pump control station. Warning. Warning. Multiple faults detected in pump control station. Address any indicated errors in order to access the utility rooms.
Okay, let's just wait till everyone's here, so we can go through this together.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay. As my understanding of this section, it's our objective is to unlock these utility rooms in total of 4. Each utility room will have a single task, which you then can find by accessing. In utility room 4 we got water pressure, which is then a task. And you'll find different tasks for different requiring different actions. As
Does the
a new
terminal
point-
say what you need to do?
Yeah,
the
the
task?
terminal. I guess the description isn't perfect, but you should be able to understand what they mean you're supposed to do. And in worst case, if you don't understand, just ask.
There's a passcode. Does it?
I guess that's related to one of the potential objectives to, or the potential tasks to unlocking the room. I've never actually used it myself yet in
I can
unlocking.
take it since I have the hacking skill in case it needs that further on.
Yeah.
But
Mainframe
as far as I
calculations
see in this
disrupted,
area,
enabling
I guess the
additional
best
error
option is
correction on the
just
vacuum tube
picking a
array.
number from 1 to 4 and then
Radiation spike
just
detected. This is now
trying
a
to complete
level
your
5
dedicated
nuclear
utility room.
event.
And at that point, like, everyone's working on their own utility room and then try to unlock it.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's pick our rooms then. Try to do the tasks. And do the board.
It seems like I've misunderstood the concept of this area. It seems like you have 4 tasks, yes, but it seems like the rooms depend on each other, as currently number 4 is independent. Number 3 requires you to do something
Error
in number
resolved.
4.
You may now access
Number
utility
1
room
required
4.
something in number 3, and number 2 required something in number 1. So it seems like we have to do them in order.
So we're doing this on standard. 2 people should focus on the 4th room and 2 people should focus on the 1st room, right?
I'm not sure if that's was like everyone has. I'm guessing this is most likely randomized. So which room you have to start on probably changes. So I'm guessing like everyone check a terminal and then I guess it's most of the time just going to be a single
Error
task like
resolved.
everyone is
You may
working
now
on.
access utility room 3.
Like maybe have some people dedicated to just cleaning out the booths.
Yeah.
And there is potential that one of the solutions you have to do is pump control. So just having someone floating around that area might be a good idea.
Okay. You have
So-
enough cards.
Yeah, we have enough. But I guess we can just head off. I guess the best is 2 people working on completing the task, 1 person cleaning out ghouls, and 1 person... Or I guess... I'm just brainstorming somewhere. 1 cleaning out ghouls, 1 working on the main task, 1 person being somewhere close to the actual pumps to potentially do the code if required. And then finally someone to just walk around collecting different stuff like the interlock keys, passwords, and just the note with the pump codes.
Error. Your vote was not recorded.
But I guess that's something we can discuss closer when we actually, or if we actually do this on a higher difficulty.
Yeah.
Vote confirmed. The new security level is
Is
1.
the last part time?
The motion, reduce security level, has
Actually, not
passed.
sure.
We
never
guess
got
it
it
is.
that
Security
far.
measures have been
Yeah, it has to
restored.
be.
All
But
remaining lockdowns may now be terminated.
that's a difficult one, because the last part is
Error.
also a
No
fixed
vote is
time.
currently in progress. Estimating blast radius in the event of a nuclear detonation.
But I guess that's just something you have to
Based
find
on
out when
current
we get
projections,
there.
The anticipated blast radius is 28 miles. Please clear the
Right now
blast
we're done with the
zone.
cards. We're technically at the
Promotion.
halfway
Get
point
wing
as we're
access
getting into
has
the
passed.
break room. But
Wing
in
access is
reality
now
we're
available
almost
from the
done.
terminal in
It's
the
only the
operations
last
center.
remaining part, which is protecting the GEC. Which I guess is the equivalent of fighting the Stranglerheart in the last one.
Authorization confirmed. You may now access the deck wing.
I recommend bringing a hazmat suit just in case the gas
Yeah.
rats get. So I guess this is the room where we get time to get ready
Radiation levels have
and discuss what we'll do.
increased in all
Yeah.
sectors.
This should be regular. There's no radiation, and the timer should stop when we get in there. I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay, then we can proceed.
Warning. Warning. The gas
Okay,
has
so,
sustained critical damage.
As you mentioned before,
An uncontrolled nuclear
2
reaction.
people should guard the
Not
gate.
contained.
Yeah, 2 guard the GEC and 2 others do patrolling rounds around, just cleaning out the stranglers and fixing pipes.
Okay.
Are we ready to start the game sealing?
Yeah.
Initializing the deck
And
containment
for the
vessel.
people patrolling
Please
around,
stand by.
remember to give a heads up when there's a legendary. Because I believe this is the
Warning.
only point their
Unauthorized
legendary is
personnel
going to
detected
spawn.
in
Yeah.
the deck wing.
I think 3 legendary spawns. A very tanky boost, I
And
believe.
defend the containment system until containment has been restored. Emergency air filtration has failed.
Like, you see why I chose to actually power armor instead of going one unarmored.
Yeah, I'm a stealth build, so power armor doesn't really work for me. I just get in a hazmat suit. I don't use fusion core that way.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, the Gek is repairing itself.
Two legendary.
Gas containment at 50%.
I can see that.
Got to hit it.
Yeah, I just
I
killed
think
him.
everyone's gotten hit in now.
Bloodied revolutionary sword. That's a 1-star. I mean, if you want it, I can give it to you. I don't play bloody.
Wait. Was it a blooded revolutionary sword?
Yeah. It's a 1-star though.
Okay, that's fair enough. It's just... I find it interesting. I usually bypass any one-handed blooded weapons.
75%.
Usually prefer either two-handed or other-handed.
I've heard the bloodied one-handed swing speed weapons are very good. Since they can swing very fast. I got a hit.
I have hit.
Died.
Give me a second. I got a hit.
Containment vessel integrity at 5%.
There's a 3-star here.
Get containment complete.
I honestly
On
hope
me.
we get time
Activating
for
Get
that.
suppression field. Please stand by. Nuclear reaction has begun. Returning to normal
It's
background
here
levels.
on me.
Operation
You're
success.
just stuck in this corner.
Thank you for your... Please collect your hazard tape
I
from
killed
the
it, I
security
think. My
office
bad.
as you exit the vault. Have a nice day.
Okay, so I have a better understanding of what to do.
Okay. Just...
I'll have to fast travel to my camp just to... Yeah. So just
It's probably the safest, yeah.
Fast travel out to your camp, I guess, and then just repair on adventure mode.